Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the JRPG Report. My name is Dalton Suter, and this is your JRPG news. Publisher Koei Tecmo and developer Gust have released a new trailer and screenshots for Atelier Resleriana, the Red Alchemist, and the White Guardian, introducing its gameplay systems. The development team has shared new details on the connection between Atelier Resleriana, Forgotten Alchemy and the Polar Knight Liberator, and Atelier Resleriana and the Red Alchemist and the White Guardian, as the two titles are jointly considered as A25 in the Atelier franchise, making the upcoming title a completely new entry in the series and not a spin-off nor a port. While the two titles share the same universe and timeline, the upcoming new Atelier Resleriana title takes place after the Weltex is defeated and introduces players to a new story occurring in a parallel with Atelier Resleriana, Forgotten Alchemist, and the Polar Knight Liberator, where players follow the adventurers of Reyes Edris and Slade Clostier. Wow, I'm really bad at pronouncing those names, as they explore through Latarna continent. In their quest, they will encounter new and familiar characters from past Atelier titles, such as fan favorite Alchemist Ryza and her friend Claudia from the Secret series, and Aisha Altugal from the Dusk series. These characters will interact with Reyes and Slade and help progress through the story. The two main protagonists will engage in turn-based combat against various opponents while influencing the order of action turns to make the most of their team members' skills. Players will be able to trigger multi-actions with support characters, enabling them to perform up to 3 actions in a row. During multi-skills attacks, players can use items and by using 2 or more in a row, trigger an item mix that will add extra effects and allowing for a unique combination of items. By attacking their opponents, players will also fill the Unite gauge, allowing them to benefit from different effects depending on the number of Unites available. For example, when 2 Unites or more are filled, a special Unite attack will automatically trigger when the 2 front row characters act consecutively. Once the Unite gauge is completely full, players can use the 5 Unites to trigger a Unite burst, where all front row characters gain consecutive turns. While the Unite gauge progressively depletes from actions consuming Unites, the Unite attacks will be considerably strengthened, allowing for players to deal massive damage to enemies. In Atelier Resleriana, the Alchemist and the White Guardian, players will be able to synthesize items by connecting the gift colors of selected ingredients, adding traits to the final item. Some specific ingredients, known as the catalyst ingredients, will even enable fans to synthesize special items. For example, the Atlas catalyst ingredient will allow players to determine the gift colors of the next ingredient, while the Iris Stone catalyst ingredient will change the pre-designated category of the next ingredient slot. Adding certain ingredients will trigger a recipe morph and change the recipe being synthesized, allowing players to create entirely new items. By cooperating with up to 3 other team members or fairies during the synthesis process, players can create items with even more powerful effects. As players continue their exploration of the Latarna continent, the heroes will venture the Dimensional Paths, dungeons whose structure will change randomly with each visit. Oh, it's like a roguelike dungeon. That's cool. Fans will be able to pick the difficulty of these dungeons, which will change the enemies they face, the category, and placement of the ingredients that they can gather. The higher the difficulty, the more valuable ingredients and rewards. Fairies can also be encountered and will give players various useful items, as well as being able to be recruited to work at the Mistletoe Miscellaneous Shop, helping to sell various synthesized items. Atelier Resleriana, The Alchemist and the White Guardian is due out for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC via Steam September 26th. The PlayStation 4 version will only be available in Japan. Well, that's kind of a bummer for them to leave out. Maybe it'll come over here if it sells enough on the other two. And speaking of Koei Tecmo, publisher Koei Tecmo and developer Gust have announced Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy Deluxe Pack for PlayStation 5, Switch 2, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC via Steam. The collection includes Atelier Ryza Everdarkness and the Secret Hideout DX, Atelier Ryza 2 Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy DX, and Atelier Ryza 3 Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key DX, as well as exclusive content such as new playable characters and new story elements for all three titles. A special live stream dedicated to this Trilogy Deluxe Pack is planned for August 4th at 5 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern, which will reveal further information and footage. I'm assuming that that's going to be on their YouTube channel. So that is coming sometime in 2025. That's pretty cool. Falcom has released the 5th character trailer for Trails in the Sky First Chapter, introducing Chloe Rins, a kind-hearted girl devoted to helping the orphanage. A student at the prestigious Jeunesse Royale Academy in the Rouen region on her days off, she helps out a nearby orphanage where her kind and gentle nature has earned her the trust of the children and the head mistress. Although they can't speak the same language, she shares a close bond with a white falcon, Sieg. I love Sieg. She becomes acquainted with Estelle and Joshua while visiting a nearby village on business related to the orphanage. This character trailer is over on YouTube if you would like to check it out. And Trails in the Sky First Chapter is due out for PlayStation 5, Switch, PC via Steam, the remake that is, on September 19th worldwide. So Anima Project and Selectaplay have just announced that the Anima Gates of Memories 1 and 2 Remastered, a full remastered version of the Anima Action RPG series, will get a physical standard edition and a collector's edition for PS5. If you missed the remasters announcement, this bundle includes both Anima Gate of Memories and Anima The Nameless Chronicles in a single package, featuring improved visuals and gameplay to modern consoles and PC platforms. The physical edition will launch later in 2025 with a standard and collector's edition both available for PS5 that you can currently wishlist the game on Steam and PS5 stores, respectively. Anima Gates of Memories 1 and 2 Remastered launches this fall, and it will be coming to the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam, and it will release in 2026 for the Nintendo Switch 2. So just a quick shout out, Octopath Traveler is now 7 years old, and that is a wonderful, wonderful game. We played the sequel to it over on the Steam Machine podcast recently, and I adored it. It was such a good game. So I wanted to give them this shout out because I feel like they were the ones that kind of started that whole HD 2D look that is amazing for these remakes for those games of that era. So good on you, Octopath. Good on you. Koei Tecmo's been busy, man. Publisher Koei Tecmo and developer Omega Force have released a free demo for Wild Hearts S via the Nintendo eShop. In the Wild Hearts S demo, players can experience the first stages of the game from the prologue up to Minato. Whether deciding to explore the lands of Azuma on their own or in a pack of 4 players, aspiring hunters will face off against fearsome nature-infused beasts such as the Rage Tail and the Sap Scourge, or the formidable King Tusk, a giant boar with massive trunk-like teeth. And let me tell you, I'm looking at a picture of him. I wouldn't want to mess with him. Players will need to be resourceful as they craft and assemble various karakuri to shape the hunting ground accordingly and arm themselves with powerful weapons in order to destroy these massive monsters. Upon completing the demo, players will be able to carry over their save data to the full game to continue the hunt. Wild Hearts S is due out for the Switch 2 July 25th. And another quick shout out, it is the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX. And they are doing a bunch of different things. I believe they have the game, or they had the game. I don't know if it still is. But it was 70% off. I know they put out commemorative videos, some fan art projects, and some merchandise, some new character art designs and stuff, but no word on a remake, at least yet. They are doing everything but telling us that there's a remake. So let's just keep our fingers crossed for that. Because if they remake 7 and they remake 9, then they have to remake 8 or I will riot. Because 8, I feel like story deserves fleshing out. There's a lot there that was hard to come across, more so than 7 in my opinion. Come at me, bro, just saying. So Falcom has released a new long trailer for Ys 10 Proud Nordics, the significantly upgraded version of Ys 10 Nordics, ahead of its launch at the end of this month on Nintendo Switch 2. This trailer, simply titled the Ease 10 Proud Nordics Long Trailer. I love it. I love the simplicity of it. Showcases some new gameplay, story content, and interactions, plus much more. It is worth noting that despite the trailer being available only at 30 frames per second, the game itself has been confirmed to support prioritized performance mode with up to 120 frames per second gameplay in addition to its default 60 frames per second. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet, I'm not going to lie. Ease 10 Nordics is now available in the West for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. Ease 10 Proud Nordics launches July 31st for Nintendo Switch 2 in Japan and August 21st for Nintendo Switch 2 and Steam in Asia through Clouded Leopard Entertainment. Hopefully, that'll do well, and they'll release it over here or give it to us as an update or something, because I don't want to... how do I say this? I love Persona. I love it to death. I played through Persona 5 before Royal was ever even a thing. But when Royal came out, I also bought that. I would hate to see Ys start doing that. It's just like, I don't know. Konami has launched its Eden Zero RPG worldwide for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam. Eden Zero is available as a standard edition and a deluxe edition with various DLC included across items, costumes, and equipment. You can find all the currently available DLC for Eden Zero on the Steam page, and Eden Zero has a crossover content event from Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest featuring Natsu Dragneel and Lucy Heartfilia making their appearance in the game. Let's see. Eden Zero is now available worldwide for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam. Is there any more information about this? Eden Zero follows the journey of Shiki Granbell, a boy raised by machines, as he sets off on a quest to find the legendary goddess Mother. With real-time combat, Ether Gear-based abilities, and dynamic exploration across planets, the game brings Mashima's vibrant universe to life for longtime fans and new players alike. Okay, for one, this sounds like a show I need to check out, and two, this game sounds pretty cool. I'm going to have to look into that. Today, Idea Factory International has announced that Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2, Sisters Generation, and Hyperdimension Rebirth 3, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3, V Generation, will launch for PlayStation 4 both physically and digitally in North America and Europe September 30th. These games were previously confirmed for a fall 2025 release window. For those of you just now joining us, the path to get here has been tumultuous to say the least. Originally, this trilogy re-release was intended for the Nintendo Switch before being indefinitely delayed and then canceled because something changed in Nintendo's guidelines, which is really weird to me because there's nothing like overtly bad about this game when there are literal hentai games on the eShop. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying kind of weird. These PlayStation 4 releases then were later announced as sort of a consolation prize, having not originally planned to release the PlayStation 4 releases in the West. But last month, Idea Factory revealed the trilogy's release window and the box art for all three games, and here we are now. So if you were looking to get these on PlayStation 4 now, you can. I recommend it. I really like these games a lot. They are so tongue-in-cheek about the entire gaming landscape, from companies to games. Their enemies are based on other enemies that you've seen in JRPGs that we all know and love. Like, I really do recommend this series. And at the end of the day, it's a good combination of fan service for dudes, and it's very, very much girl power, girls kick butt type of game. So that's good for the girls too. And like, I recommend it. It's a fantastic series. I love the Hyperdimension Neptunia games, and I will stand them till the end of time. Unfortunately, though, that is all I could find for us this week. It's been kind of light on the news. I am going to try to work on doing another top 10 here soon. I've got a couple people on the back burner, kind of waiting for me to ask them. So I'm going to get around to that. It's been kind of busy here lately around the house, but I'm doing my best, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing my best. If you want to check us out over on Twitter, where I do try to at least retweet things, at JRPG Report. Over on Blue Sky, I'm trying to get better about using that as well. Search JRPG Report and you'll find us. If you'd like to donate to the show and help support it, it means the world to me. Patreon.com/JRPG Report. Capitalize JRPG and then the R in report. So I guess phonetically. And you donate $1 or more a month. It helps me keep the lights on. And you can get your name read on each and every episode like these wonderful people. Jake W., Jordan K., Kularian, Logan Joreid, and Be the Knight. You're all very, very much appreciated. And if you want to hear my voice more, you can check me out over on the Steam Machine Podcast. It is a bi-weekly PC gaming show where me and my buddy Willie and whoever we decide to have on as a guest chat about games that are in our backlog, and we play them through a while. Right now, we are doing Yakuza 6, but we have a couple people lined up for guests on that show, and we want to give them the time that they need to play it. So we're doing Trek to Yomi right now, and then there'll be another short game in between that. But then we will be busting out Yakuza 6. We finally made it to the quote end unquote of Kiryu's story. Of course, by now, spoilers, but by now we know that, he got another game eventually, The Man Who Erased His Name. So he's not gone, but what spoilers for people who listen to the Steam Machine. Fantastic game. Can't wait to talk about it. I love you all. Thank you for tuning into another JRPG report. I know, again, this is a bit of a short episode, but I did what I could for us, everyone. Love you. Do me the biggest favor in the world, because my listeners to this show are the coolest. I want you to grab your fated sword, throw on your +4 special armor, get back out there and level up.